So, now you all are well aware that how Britishers came in India, what attracted them and how people reacted. And you all are well aware about the national movements of India, like civil disobedience movement, non-cooperation movement, quit India movement and all. But today, I'm going to tell you about those brave leaders who led these movements and who participated in these movements. One individual may die, but his ideas will incarnate into thousands of lives even after his death. With these beautiful lines of Bhagat Singh, I, Ishrat Naseem, would like to start my speech over the sacrifices made by our freedom fighter. Today, I'm not just here to recount history, but I'm here to honor the unyielding spirits of our nation who fought for our liberty. Today we find those chapters of history very boring, where the names of these freedom fighters are mentioned, but they never found it useless to raise their voice against Britishers. Today, the stories of these freedom fighters have mainly become a part of history. But remember, their tales are not just the chapters in history. Today you all are standing here, but have you ever imagined that what if these peoples would not have been a part of our country? Perhaps we would still be under the British rule. Today the world is fighting over power. The world is fighting over religion. The world is fighting over caste. But we often forget that what our great leaders have taught us. How they saw India, how they loved India, and how they maintained unity and peace between different social groups. We all have heard about Mahatma Gandhi since our childhood, and sometimes students get irritated reading about him again and again. But he was the one who gave his life for the nation. He didn't even think twice before giving his life to the nation. Mahatma Gandhi said in his historical speech of 1942 that now every one of you must consider yourselves free. We can no longer live in the shoes of imperialism. We want complete freedom. I will give you a mantra and you should imprint this into your heart. And the mantra is do or die. Karo ya maro. Now either we will see India as free or we will be killed in this attempt. But we will no longer live in this slavery. And our Quit India movement began with the same spirit. Karenge ya marenge. A few words of Mahatma Gandhi inspired people to such a great extent that it is beyond our imagination. We all are well aware that the idea of Mahatma Gandhi was of non-violence. But do you guys really think that the whole journey to independence was without violence? No. During Quit India movement, a lot of violence was seen. But this time Mahatma Gandhi didn't withdraw the movement as he did earlier in civil disobedience movement and non-cooperation movement when they were turning into violence. Because now he was tired of waiting for the people of India to develop a non-violent strength. And eventually, after a lot of struggle, after a lot of opposition, our Quit India movement became successful. But wait, was this so simple? No. Many people gave their life. सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है, देखना है जोर कितना बाजुए कातिल में है. My dear friends, these are the words of Bhagat Singh, one of the greatest person of Indian history. You know, whenever we hear the name of Bhagat Singh, we often imagine things like weapon, violence and all. But do you know that he was known as the fierce intellectual of his time? And even when he was in jail, he read more than 300 books. And beside his fight, he was also famous for his poetry, which influenced the mind of many people. There is a story from the childhood of Bhagat Singh that once he saw his father sowing a seed of mango in the field and he asked him at what he was doing. And his father replied that I'm sowing this seed of mango so that one day this seed will grow into a big tree and it will give us many mangoes. After hearing this, he went to his home and brought a gun and started pressing it into the mud. His father asked him that what are you doing? And he replied that I'm sowing this gun like a seed so that one day this gun will grow into a gun tree and it will give us many guns. After hearing this, his father felt so proud and he believed that his son will contribute greatly in this fight against Britishers. This story shows us that how motivated Bhagat Singh was since his childhood to fight against Britishers. But do you know that what actually provoked the feeling of revenge in Bhagat Singh? It was Jallianwala Bagh incident. The dead bodies of hundreds of people was the feeling of revenge in him. It is said that when he was involved in various revolutionary activities, he refused many marriage proposals by saying that, if I will marry before the independence of India, only death will be my bride. Later on, he founded his party, Naujawan Bharat Sabha, and his party collaborated with Hindustan Republican Association, and they together formed Hindustan Socialist Republican Association. After the death of Lala Lajpat Rai, he, along with Rajguru and Sukhdev, decided to kill James Scott, who was engaged in the attack against Lala Lajpat Rai. But instead of killing James Scott, they accidentally killed J.P. Saunders, after which they hid for almost 1 year, because Britishers were chasing them. But after 1 year, they decided to bomb at the Central Assembly and they intentionally got themselves arrested. But even in jail, he didn't stop struggling. He continuously rose his voice against the Britishers. Now there is one most controversial question. That did Mahatma Gandhi try to save Bhagat Singh? So let's take a look on that also. So, yes, Mahatma Gandhi tried his best to save Bhagat Singh. He brought several times to Irvin and he talked to him. But at last he was not successful in saving him. And you know what? Once even Bhagat Singh was asked to write a mercy petition. And he wrote a petition. But that was not a mercy petition. He wrote in that petition that instead of hanging me, you can directly shoot me. But I'm not going to go down in front of these cruel people. And eventually on 31st March 1931, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev were martyred. Do you know what was the last message of Bhagat Singh? It was long live revolution, which means Inqilab Zindabad. A 23-year-old boy sacrificing his youth, or we can say designing his own life. That was the level of vision these great revolutionaries had. There were many other freedom fighters and leaders like Ghulam Nabi Azad, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose and all. But covering the contribution of all of them would require a lot of time. Because the amount of things they all have contributed can't be just covered in few hours or minutes. Now let's take a quick look on the role of women during independence struggle. If you exclude the name of Rani Lakshmi Bai, Durga, Sarojini Naidu, the discussion about role of women is very less. But this doesn't mean that they have not contributed. Matangini Hazra, a 72-year-old woman of Bengal presidency. She is often referred as Old Kanti Lady. She led a rally with 6,000 people in her district. And while leading the rally, she was continuously chanting Vande Mataram. She was shot 3 times by the Britishers. But even after being shot, she didn't stop saying Vande Mataram and she fell down with Tiranga in her hand. Another important woman was Kanaklata. She was an active participant during Quit India movement and her slogan was Bharat Chodo. Although she didn't succeed because she was killed by the Britishers on the way. But in this way, another woman lost her life during the struggle against Britishers. So, these were some of the freedom fighters and the contribution in independence. The reason for telling you the story of this freedom fighter was not to give you academic knowledge. The actual motive was to raise the feeling of love for your country in you, to show you the actual way of loving your country. Our freedom struggle was not so easy. Many brave people like Bhagat Singh gave their life. They consider the freedom of their country more important than their life. But have you ever wondered at what we are doing today? Spreading hate, separating people on the name of religion, on the name of caste? Remember, India is our, and it is our duty to love India to a great extent by contributing to it, by maintaining peace, unity and harmony between different social groups and between different communities. So, let us honor the great warriors who made us the proudest of all human beings and who made India the greatest of all nations. Thousands of people laid down their lives so that we can breathe in the air of freedom. Today, India is one of the most important developed countries. But do you guys think that this comeback was easy? No. Britishers took away everything from India. They took away every resource. And gaining that again and becoming a more powerful country was not at all easy. We faced many setbacks, many challenges, and many steps were taken. So, now to tell you more about that, what were the developments made after independence, here we have Gunjan. Thank you.